Ahoy, crypto pirates and crypto junkies alike. Welcome to this morning's Wake Up Hex from the Discourse Syndicate. Appreciate you guys joining me today. I won't hold up these guys too long from coming on because we got a lot to cover today. After a Richard Hart stream, there's a lot of ground.
Hello.
4.5 hours worth of content to cover. So any of you guys get a chance to watch anything last night?
Or first hour.
Only twice. No.
Yeah. I took notes. I got notes here.
Oh my goodness, man.
It was a good one.
If listening to him doesn't make you put FOMO pants on, Markable, I don't know what will.
And then ship those, and then you have to change them again.
That's exactly right.
That's why you need multiple, man.
The whole set.
I'm such a shameless fanboy. Richard Hart read 2 of my troll messages. I'm so stokified.
Oh shit! I'm jealous. He only read 1 of mine. God damn it!
Oh, I love it. I was too busy trying to mod people. Finally, I just gave up. I was like, I'm just gonna listen to Richard because there's so many. It's amazing how many crap talkers show up, and you just have to shut them down. And after a while, I just got sick of it. I'm like, I want to listen to Richard unfettered, so I'll let the other mods do their job. So, it's an honor, Richard, to be able to ban people off of your channel. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me a ban hammer. Appreciate that. So let's start with the forking. Wow.
Well, hold on. Okay. So we're going to jump right into forking? I mean, aren't you going to take me out to dinner first?
Can't you just stroke me first, man?
We got notes here. Should we go
look at his notes.
Do your overview as you wish, KNTX. You are the captain.
Well, I'd like to start with the forking because it's the first thing that comes to mind in the way of opportunity of, hey, all of you guys who are sick of only investing in HEX, I have a feeling there's going to be another token. He says he's not sure if it's going to be paid in HEX or what the deal is. He's going to be forking these automatic market makers that are on these layer 2s, because technically forking it would be the layer 2, because Matic and some of these others, Loopring, those are technically just a separate layer 1. It's a forked version of ETH anyway. You're just bridging back and forth to ETH. So with this new layer 1, which is actually technically a layer 2, because it's going to interact with the HEX on ETH. It's locked. It's there, but we're going to system state drop there. So my guess is there's probably going to be a different token, and all the fees will be paid in the different token. This is just total speculation here, guys. But with these automatic market makers, you got to have something on the other side of the order book. So there's going to be another Richard Hart coin, and it's going to be the Consensus Network coin, and there's going to be a matching pair with the HEX, is my guess. So those of you guys who've gotten bored with only investing in one coin, well, you might have another opportunity for something that works in tandem to have another coin in your bag.
Okay. So I've got some.
Wouldn't make it 3, like HEX Classic, new HEX, and that coin,
and HEX Lite.
HEX Lite, yeah. I was
HEX calorie reduced.
Yeah, I was thinking HEX. Yeah, that's exactly it. Diet Classic, or Diet HEX, and new HEX. Yeah, there you go. Cherry flavored HEX.
Maybe Matty can make his programmable health thing on the new.
There you go.
That would be cool.
The health badges, programmable health badges.
Yeah, but he's been talking about making a whole system of that, right? Incentivizing people to get healthy. So, I mean, if it's a new chain, a lot of more possibilities are there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a positive thing to me. I don't know how he'd deliver on that, so I wish him the best on that. But that's not up my alley of expertise by any means.
No, but just like to say there are a lot of opportunities and things to speculate on.
Yes, yes, there really are. Go ahead, P.
No, I was going to say that if you guys can do your speculation, then we can maybe feast on the breadcrumbs that Richard was laying down on a couple of timestamps that I have, and maybe you can interpret them, because I'm far from technical. So if you guys want to do that, I've also got some timestamps to share for conversation.
I think that's a good idea.
Put those timestamps in the private chat.
Oh, they're not in soft copy. It's written down right here on this here paperage.
I need you to use your little magic fingers and type it in.
You're clickety clack.
So I like this idea. Airdrop for T-share OGs. Yes, I am thinking so. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense that you want to incentivize your coin holders by giving them some more of another coin.
Free money.
Now, if you don't care so much about price appreciation, but rather just for fees, then it's not going to be something that he's going to mind airdropping to everyone, because let's be honest, some people are going to sell them, right? So
when Richard was asked specifically airdrop ? He answered probably not. Or he said, he kind of grunted in that direction, and he said, a system state and then pre-rolled in. Explain. What does that mean?
So it essentially, the way I see that is if he's going to just system state, he's going to system state HEX as it sits on ETH right now. But the problem with that I see is he going to system state drop it with everyone's stakes already in place? Or is it all going to be liquid, and then you have to restake it on the second layer?
If that were the case, it has to be in place.
As it is right now, staked.
Yeah,
that's how I read that.
Well, KNTX, you and I are American citizens, and if that was airdropped in, the coins would then represent a taxable event, and that would be very, very bad at the current state of the price of HEX.
Yes. I don't know. I'd love to see how I mean, I don't think he's totally determined how he's going to do that yet anyway, but that is definitely something to think about. If your system state dropping it, it's easier to not unwind the stakes and give people liquid. It's a lot easier just to say, hey, this stake exists as it exists on this new system. So this time is already served. This amount of HEX has already been paid. But I don't know. I don't know.
I can't imagine hitting the reset button. No way. We just
there's no way. You just break the system if you say, well, everything's open now. You can choose again if you want to.
You would still have your stakes on ETH. You would still have your stakes on ETH, guys. Think about that for a second here. You're going to essentially double your coins. I mean, he alluded to that multiple times, talking about the forks of Bitcoin, how you ended up with more coins. Essentially, that's what's going to happen. I'm cool with that, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. I like free money.
I'm not sure, man.
Are you? Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Free money.
Markable. I know. Markable. Here's what you do. Here's what you do, Markable. You just send me all your ETH HEX. Yeah. You can have all the new system state dropped.
Can I trust you to give me the forked coins? I only want those. I'll just give you all my keys, and then
this strategy is called fork you.
Fork you.
I trust you, KNTX.
I appreciate that.
Maybe you can give me a 5% interest. Is that okay? APY.
Deal. Yeah? Deal. I'll give you 5% all day long. Give me your keys. I'll give you 5%. HEX will basically be ETH 2.0 proof of stake before ETH 2.0 comes out. I think that's what he alluded towards. Yeah. I think that's what he's trying to do, is beat ETH to it and say, instead of you guys just making the shit more expensive, excuse my language, instead of just making it more expensive, how about you guys actually just make it a better network? Because that was one of my favorite parts last night. Is instead of making it better, you guys just decided that making it more expensive is the solution. No, I don't think so.
That's what motivated him.
Yes, we've only got an hour, and I have a feeling we can spend the whole hour on just this one topic. So I want to get to it. I want to get to it.
Is that a pun that RG3 is delayed by 10 minutes? Is that the deal?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. No. Yeah, no, he was He said that a little while ago, but he says he's got you markable. He'll carry your coins for you.
he'll cradle your bags for you.
That's exactly right.
Takers.
So I think the best way of doing this is actually going through those notes of Papa B.
Well, let me see, because they're brief. They're just outline notes in the first 2 hours.
Let's just go through them first.
Yeah, just real quick. So he says, let's see. Okay, so I'm a quote from Richard. I'm just going to keep building stuff that works and is beautiful. And then he works into, I don't see any reason to wait for Ethereum 2.0. Right? We just covered that. He's not in any deadline to wait for 2.0. He's inspired to move ahead quickly. And then he said, and again, this is technical, they raised the S load cost by 4x. Right? They went from 200 to 800. Now they're about to go from 800 to 2100.
Yep.
And this is going to affect not the stakers, which will be able to profit from or enjoy a lower gas fee to stake, but the end stakers will get hit with what looks to be 3x type of inflation. What's the deal with that? Can you explain?
So the S load is when it's pulling when it's doing the calculations at the end and it's pulling all of the stored data to calculate your final end stake.
Yep.
That takes the computing power, and now essentially what he's saying is the computing power is going to cost more to do that now. So, and this is very high level, not technical analysis at all, but it's just a way to dummy it down that now it's going to cost a lot more money on ETH to make that same calculation that it was doing before. Rather than just fixing their network, they're just gonna make it more expensive, and so what they're trying to do is trying to incentivize other people from playing stupid DeFi games that lose them money, and inadvertently hurting people who have a legit system like HEX, who are actually participating in a legitimate system that are trying to be good stewards of the network. Where we're one of the highest loads on the network, but we're one of the least amount of drag to the blockchain. We're not overloading the blockchain, even though we have more transactions on it than most other projects.
Okay.
Yep, this is a good way to put it. More money for maths.
Yeah, got it. But this S load cost, and I wish I would have remembered that it was 200 to 800 and see the 4x already that we were screwed by. I was wondering, I can't even imagine in my, I don't have an image of what it was like when it was only 200 units, whatever we're talking about here for S load. I don't remember ever end staking during those days. Does anybody else remember that, when it was cheap to end stake?
No.
The only time it was cheap to end stake was it July or August, when I hit 50% on my short stakes and re-laddered them out much longer. So when I did that, I got a heck of a lot more T-shares as a result, but it was cheap back then, and I don't know if that had anything to do with the S load, or just nobody was big into the whole DeFi thing yet. Yeah, exactly.
So let me know if
cheap, it was so cheap you don't remember how cheap it was. Like you just transactions.
I think the 200x load or the 200s load, I think Valiant Brand is right here. It's when they went from 200 to 800 was before he launched. That's why they changed it from 50-year stakes to 15-year stakes.
Got it. Very good catch, Brand.
Yes, excellent. Good job, man.
So me personally, obviously I'm not happy about this, but first of all, it's temporary. We need to remember, and sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better, and it's going to get much better in 6-9 months, whenever the thing drops. You just gotta stick through this painful time,
but also
hold on a little bit longer.
HEX is pumping, so it's not that painful.
Yeah. That's another. That's on the list, Henry. We're not there yet.
Exactly. So here's a question to do with this topic. Is it cheaper and better? And this is a gamble again. I don't like taking gambles with HEX, but if you have a 4x less S load fee now, would it be better to emergency unstake if you've got this just the next 6 months, 9 months of stakes ready to kind of pluck out to mature, and then hold them in liquid, waiting for the S load to then be reduced on the new chain?
There is no way to answer that. Like it's per stake. Okay. So
yeah.
When
so I ended a stake not that long ago for like $20. So it's 4x that. What? So $80. So as long as you're in profit, it doesn't really matter, does it? Depends how small that stake.
What if you're not? What if you're not? What if you got a 10,000, 14,000 type of stake coming out?
Yeah. I would think about, I would look into and see what the cost is at the time. I would honestly think about possibly just good accounting your coins in the meantime.
Oh, good accounting. Another option, yeah.
Guys, another solution is just let it bleed, which might be cheaper for you, and wait for.
But also for this Ethereum, so the scaling options for example, Optimism. I heard that fees would be up to like 40 times cheaper.
Yeah, but not for this. Not for this portion. That's what Richard
different?
covered. Yeah, different.
Oh, okay.
That's why the staking is cheaper, but the unstaking is not.
So that has nothing to do with it.
No,
it would still be cheaper based on the base cost, though, wouldn't it? So the only reason, because it still has an impact. So the cost of Gwei at the time still has an impact on the cost of your transaction. So if the standard price of a transaction goes down to $1, for example, then it's not going to be an issue. But the problem at the moment, the standard transaction is like $20, isn't it?
Yeah. All right.
Yep. So so there's that, and then the next thing that he went on to was cheaper. He's interested in cheaper HEX and other things, which alluded to other things that would be other tokens on this new chain. Did anybody else catch that, or did I mishear it twice?
Well, it's going to have all the opportunity to do that. So why not have its own ecosystem? Why not have smart contracts and be able to here's the thing. You have a legit new chain coming out that is going to be able to contend against ETH and all the stuff that sucks on ETH, right? Now you've got your coin being the premise on top of it that you launched on ETH, like all these other multi-billion-dollar chains. What kind of legitimacy do you think that really provides for the HEX coin, as well as this new product, as well as for Richard? To me, I think everything scam goes away. Everything. I mean, I guess there's still people calling Tron a scam, which technically it kind of was, but I mean, but they've got stuff built on it, and it is running, but nobody's throwing that. People just call it a shitcoin now, right? But it's not. It's no longer got the scam mentality to it. So I know I'm deviating a little bit from your question there, but if you can create a whole ecosystem and HEX is centric to it, and it becomes its own chain, you're going to take away so many people's arguments as to the HEX is a scam argument, and the whole BitConnect, which doesn't even make any sense whatsoever because no one obviously understands what they're talking about.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but HEX would be gas then. Is that correct?
That's what he said. Possibly it could be. He's not sure if it's you pay your fees in HEX or not, because the problem with paying your fees in HEX is that you're paying someone to a node validator to process that transaction. You're paying them in HEX. What are they going to do with it? Are they going to stake the HEX or are they going to sell the HEX? Well, there's a good chance that the node validator could be selling the HEX.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll come back to that as another discussion point, which was the node validator and the other possible revenue streams for hexagons, right?
Absolutely. So it kind of plays in here with Super HEX. We don't want to give an average of $15,000 a day to the ETH network, is something that Richard said last night. $15,000 a day is paid by hexagons to the ETH network just to process our transactions.
Damn.
So we might as well capture all the economic energy within our own ecosystem.
Yep. Okay, so explain. What is it? Okay, so layer one is what he wants to help out, because those are what he deemed the loyal hexagons or the staker class is on layer 1. He wants to help out layer 1. Screw layer 2, he says, until we have a solution to migrate over this layer 1 transaction. So again, that plays into the first thing that he said about, or we were speculating about how we transfer everything over as a was it like a snapshot of the state and then moving it over. So that kind of assumes that we would definitely be doing that then, or duplicating it. It wouldn't be an airdrop scenario. If you have stakes out there on layer 1, they'd be duplicated on layer 2. Is that what you guys figured out as well?
That's what I thought. I thought like you'd just be copying the system from where it is now and just putting it on this new system.
Right on. Right on. And then I have.
So I believe that people that have other projects and other projects on ETH, if we're going to fork the whole ETH, then they're going to have duplicate other project coins on this new chain as well.
Okay.
I think they would have to choose, wouldn't they? So I think, well, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know, speculation, isn't it? But my opinion is that he's going to create an ETH killer, whatever you want to call it, just an ETH chain, call that whatever that is, and then you just take the existing hex and you copy that onto the new network. And then if anyone else wants to join the network, then they have to do what they want to do.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with Henry, because he mentioned that he wants to play with parameters of that chain, right? And so it might break other stuff. I think Henry is on point here. It's going to be.
It's an interesting one, though, isn't it? Because you think with
a copy of hex state put on top of it.
Because you think with EOS, you had to send your EOS tokens, didn't you, to get them transformed into.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happens with the old hex. You know what I mean?
I don't think he wants to do that, though. I think he wants to make it. I think that's why he wants to fork Ethereum, and because I think we can either build bridges and do it trustlessly, be able to I don't know, or well, no, because you'd already have you'd have coins existing on both systems now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know.
What happens to that old hex? Because it would still exist, right?
Oh yeah,
you cannot send it. It's locked, isn't it? You cannot send it.
Yeah.
It would be there forever.
Yeah, at least 10%.
And you can still interact with the contract, because you don't have to. Even if you took hex the normal hex down, right, and changed it to the new state, you could still yourself go to the contract and interact with it.
There would also have to be 80% in the hands of the OA. So you've got the OA that's got to be active, and whoever runs it has got to manage it. You've got 10% that's staked currently. What about when this changes over and that's no longer the bell of the ball? What do you do? What happens to it? You know, there's got to still be value, right? Wrapped up in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ironically,
there's a lot of things to think about here. There's a lot of things to think about here. One thing I want to bring up is, what if he likes a product or a project like Synthetics? Because he's brought up Synthetics in the past, creating a derivatives market that doesn't affect the underlying asset. And when he forks this to a new chain, what if he took the whole Synthetics and gave himself or Hexagons control of the fork version of Synthetics? Because here's the thing: is you can change. You saw it with like. They never actually ended up going through with it. Bitcoin Ultimate or some crap. I can't remember what it was. And what they were doing is taking all of Satoshi's coins, and they were going to redistribute them to the developers of this new fork of Bitcoin. So it is possible, when you fork over this network and everything that's on this network comes over with you, you can change the parameters on certain things. Like, say you wanted to make Synthetics Hex Synthex or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing some crap out there, but just some useless, baseless name. But what if you wanted to roll that into your ecosystem, and now you've gained control over it, and then the Synthetics people didn't actually access the fork itself, so they didn't get the fork, and now you have control of it. So maybe there are some DeFi tools on ETH that Richard and his team would like to take control of just for their forked version of ETH. There's the possibilities I see are endless going this direction. Endless.
I would like him just to start a new coin, because if he starts a brand new coin, and then we can potentially get involved in buying that, and that's a potential for a nice price increase, isn't it? If we get
there is a new coin, Henry. There is a new coin. It's called HEX.
Yeah. But I mean, like, as in the network. So you like the network, the new, because it can't be that connected to HEX, surely, because then that would dilute the HEX product, no? If it was then became a network as well, I don't know.
I think that's just precious. Like 5 of us, none of us is a developer. Like Firebrand, Steph, Kyle, they're all rolling on the floor, laughing their asses off, like
at our conversation right now.
Yeah. I just stopped talking.
So I do want to address this. He's not against moving to level 2. Why don't we go somewhere where Uniswap is going, or Matic if possible? I don't know. Just thinking it's good to be where economic energy is. Look at dApps on Tron. No one. Well, there's a lot of people on Matic, and Matic was absolutely nothing until everyone decided that gas fees were too expensive. So if you can create the whole ecosystem and not just a quick swap on a Matic network, but an actual whole ecosystem that has a 200,000 existing wallets already moving over, I think you can bring a lot of economic energy over here, especially if you're going to be forking coin of the whole network, and the people who have a large amount of economic energy on the original ETH chain, or actually technically it's the forked ETH chain, which is the one we call the ETH chain, then maybe there's incentive for them to be over on this new HEX fork chain too, because now they've got duplicated economic energy on that chain too. So instead of having to bridge, now you've got a system drop state of control of your coins, on a duplicate of your coins on another network. So you're essentially duplicating the economic energy and just dropping it on another chain. So it's a little different than Tron. Tron just started out, they didn't system state drop anything that already existed on Ethereum. They just said, oh, we're starting fresh by copying ETH, and you all have to buy your coins first. This is totally different. Right. So this is you've got a user base already. Even non-hexicans, you've got a user base for, who are sick of the ETH gas fees if their coin is going to get duplicated on this new network too.
Right on. So another question, of course, was when, right? When can we expect this to come out? And Richard's answer to that was, well, first you got to have testnet, and then you got to port over game theory, and then many different items that he listed at warp speed that I couldn't even handle, and my brain was just melting. And then he says, it results in the answer, hard to say, right? I intend to bring something else out. I intend to bring something out, and it always takes additional time. So
yeah, after a while, he did pull a time frame out of nowhere,
right?
6 months.
And it was 6 months. But yeah,
here's why I think. Here's why I think. Sorry, I totally am gonna just turn left. I'm gonna on this conversation. Here's why I think there's going to be another coin. You're gonna have a transaction layer coin, kind of like Ethereum is right now to HEX, that is separate from HEX, so that people are spending that secondary coin instead of HEX itself. Now you've got a pair on the forked version of Uniswap. Now you've got a pair coin. You've got whatever this new chain coin is going to be, and HEX. You've got another opportunity. It also in some way distances itself. Now it's a consensus coin instead of an ERC20 coin. This new one would be. So in the eyes of all the haters, there might be some who are more likely to want to use this chain because it's not the HEX chain itself. I see more external benefit, not to mention making a hell of a lot more money, and maybe a couple extra billion having a new coin come out. And it's a new investment opportunity for all the hexicans. I think all the hexicans would support this new coin. Yeah. We already support ETH. Why not support something that directly supports HEX, our other bag?
I think it's a great benefit for those that are already in the product, and those that could be signaled to be in the product toward the launch of this new chain. At that moment, there's going to be so much like fanfare and FOMO. It's going to be incredible. So
I think you're right. I think this time, like if he launches something new this time, because of what Hex has done, people will take it more seriously.
Yep.
So, and then the brilliant thing about that then is if that pumps, then the benefit then is that money can pour into Hex. Like, so because they probably will attract people that didn't get into Hex, and they're like, well, you know, where am I going to put this money now? I can put it into Hex.
Papa B, do it with what you will.
Yeah. Yes, that was good.
I think it's great, guys. I would support a heart chain over ETH if he was really willing to get real developers to keep the security model as it is, but also actually make it worthwhile to transact. The cost of transactions right now is just unreal, and something needs to be done. And apparently all Vitalik wants to do about that is just make it more expensive so less people use it. I don't think that's really the right way to go about it. But and I've heard this in the past. I saw it on one of, I wish I had it pulled up. I had it on one of Vitalik's tweets. Is he said something along the lines, I'm going to be paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly, but essentially his concern was not cheap transactions. He didn't care about cheap transactions. That is not at all what he cares about. So what that tells me is that he doesn't want everybody using his chain. He just wants the projects that have the economic energy to make it worthwhile to transact on there. Hey, Peter.
Hello. Hey, Peter. What happened? Is America on summertime now?
It's called the daylight savings time.
Hold on, I just gotta call it.
Not around here.
If he gets the developers, LOL, he has them. All two of them, Chaos. Yeah, he said two. He said two. He has 2 developers, bro. 2 developers. I think he's gonna need a few more than that. I know they sound like they're really good, but he doesn't have them yet, bro. So I'm gonna call you out on that because you decided to call me out in the comments. So anyway, so yeah, you guys don't celebrate. You guys don't observe the daylight savings time, do you, over there?
Not yet. Like in
I think in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
It's so weird, man. It's strange because we got what's the other one called? When the
emergency on daylight savings time staking.
Winter time thing.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's daylight savings time. We jump ahead and we fall back, so it's the same thing. Yeah. Daylight.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that one is later, so then we are earlier. It's weird. It doesn't matter.
It is. We hate it over here too.
It's annoying. Yeah.
A lot of states
so that people would it would be light enough for people to go and work in the factories. So
something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
it was during the war, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's a good excuse to miss meetings.
There you go.
Right. Exactly.
The alarm didn't go off. I forgot to reset it for daylight savings.
Not now that your phone also updates though. Like
Yeah.
Well, anyway. So the last thing on my list was
why don't you have a notebook?
Why don't you kiss my butt? Richard Hart was invited to speak with Lex Friedman, which is kind of amazing stuff. Can we discuss that for just a quick second?
Who's that?
I loved the chat. Like Lex was asking some question and Richard was slamming Bitcoin maximalists, and Lex was like, "Oh well, like, What chat is he reading?" And like everybody was explaining that to him that he's like 20 minutes late, and then Lex was like cool with it, like, okay, I'll just hang out in the chat. That was nice.
But Richard's gonna go and meet with him and speak with him and interview.
They are amazing developers, Chaos. Yes, throw that out there.
Stallions.
I wonder what they'll have to do with this new economy that he's creating, because they've got their own thing right now, man. They're still building theirs. So making it better every day. So you think he'll actually go at some point?
Oh yeah. It sounded like they already have a date, and they're gonna.
Unless Lex accepts the offer of $20K to the charity of his choice.
Oh, so that Lex flies to Richard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be nice also.
Geographically, where is Lex? Because now we know that Richard is not there. We could put that in the map as where in the world is Richard San Diego. We just kind of put that down as Richard is not here.
I would put money that he's not in the States.
I
don't know. Sir, Funky Fresh. He was invited on Lex Friedman. We're just trying to wait for them to hash out the details of who's flying where to actually see it or to meet up.
Maybe I'm an idiot, but who's Lex Friedman?
Just Google him.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
He's a regular on Joe Rogan's. It's like, he's in
Joe
AI.
Rogan's like most appeared guest, it seems.
Yeah.
So
it's good. It's very good news. It's very high profile and very good.
Cool.
And Richard will be on his best behavior, although Joe seems to swear, so they should get along swimmingly with Lex. Yeah.
I think that was a really good point that you brought up around Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. Like, people can be like themselves now, and like I know we sometimes bring up around, he needs to tone himself down, and I've never been in agreement with that. I think people are people, and like when there's an intelligent person like Richard is, like when you listen to his streams, like you get that knowledge coming out, and I think other intelligent people see that. Otherwise, I don't think a lot of people would be in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
It's going to get a lot more eyes, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, we didn't need legitimacy, but that just punches up, one more level. It's incredible.
Lex only has almost 1 million YouTube subs, so no big deal.
Casual.
That might be that spark we've been waiting for. That mainstream spark we needed.
Yep. So how about this whole full node type of option? We got to come back to that topic because that excites me. Because I mean, a lot of the hexagons are X or current Ethereum miners, and they're sitting around going, "I wonder how I can earn some more revenue." And they got lots of hex and lots of stakes. So how do we get in on that? Just speculation only, because we don't know what the specs are, how it's going to work. Do you think it's going to be something that we can do? Like
I think
real quick, emergency announcement. Henry Hex has become a cutthroat.
Hey!
Welcome to the ship. So Henry, the link.
Congratulations.
You can find, if I don't get you the link, now you can find it within the Cutthroats channel. So, boom. So, sorry to cut everybody off, but I was really excited for Henry. I've been waiting for him. I've been advocating for him to be able to make it to because he's like on every show here. And so he is officially here with us now.
Congratulations, Henry.
Oh, now I can see him.
Cheers, guys.
Now I'm not the lowest ranking one.
That's right.
By the way, ranking, Crafty, you have to sell your house. Because Papa Boner, he's a dolphin now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I know.
Let's not make a big thing out of it. It always embarrasses Crafty.
He doesn't seem happy about it.
Markable. You're still a squid, right? Markable.
No, I just became a dolphin as well.
Okay, guys. Where do I put my donation address?
That's where it came from. For sure, yeah.
Right on your forehead, bro. On your forehead.
Tattoo it here.
Yeah.
So
it's worth it.
Markable just bought the pump just to put Crafty to shame. That's awesome.
I was the pump, man.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm ready.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice.
All right, so there it is. There it is.
You know the 10 million stake Yeah, me.
Okay. Well done.
Well done, sir. Well done. So let's go back to there being other income opportunities for hexagons going forward. So I'm assuming that's just going to be like a node validator. So I don't have the technical expertise to do that, but man, I'd drop money right now to create a server farm to make it happen.
Sure. Well, you could be a validator, or you could maybe delegate your hex or your hex stakes. I don't know how it's going to work, but isn't there a full node validator, and there could also be delegators that could stake their tokens and then delegate?
If it's a delegated proof of stake system that he decides to go to, absolutely. So it's a semi-federated system, quick, like EOS, but not that federated. But then also, I mean, and Tron is delegated proof of stake. It seems to work. I've never seen anyone hack it either. Obviously, it's not at the security level that Ethereum is right now. But you know, there is the Cardano's even doing the delegated proof of stake, and they're paying you if you delegate your coins to somebody. They're paying you a very measly interest rate, but they're paying an interest rate for you giving your coins to someone else to use as the validator.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all kinds of options that are available. Go ahead, Peter.
I have an idea. Maybe do it like in this way, that if you have T-shares, you will have maybe voting rights, or maybe you could run a validator node, or something like that. Maybe I think incorporating T-shares into the system would be nice, because if you have T-shares, that means you are locked in and you are a believer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I would like that. Because I got a lot of Cuatro Cinco stakes to prove that I'm in this for the long haul. So I'd love to make some additional revenue outside of the actual HEX revenue. So that would be great. That'd be phenomenal. I would be all for it.
There's one thing we didn't touch on, and it was brought up so many times, and Hexo brought it up. Richard stated that he was going to talk about it, but he just didn't get to it. But he said encapsulated stakes. And I was left kind of, I mean, I was spamming saying, you know, aren't we going to get to this topic? And Hexo was also doing the same, and HexMac was doing the same. Did anybody catch any details about, because I listened to it twice. Anybody hear anything about encapsulated stakes? Nope. Okay.
No, I didn't, but I didn't get anything new from the encapsulated stakes, except the fact that now that there's going to be a forked version of ETH, encapsulated stakes are going to be viable in the way that if we can create stakes on this fee-free network, or this next to fee-free network, and then be able to duplicate those encapsulated stakes as wrapped stakes on other platforms, I think we just hit the jackpot. And I think Richard sees that too. If you can start and end stakes for next to nothing, and now you can replicate it on other systems too, have interoperability on other systems, we're going to be what Polkadot and all of its parachains wanted to do, but we're going to get it created on ETH where all the economic energy is, without having to beta test all the new software. So I think I am excited about that. I mean, we may beat Polkadot to their own game, who's got 4 years advanced run on us. So I'm pretty excited about it. The economic opportunities, I'm gonna be able to quit the day job and then actually be able to do like real show notes and real research before I come on the show, instead of just flinging it out of my asshole every Tuesday and Thursday. I might be able to actually make this a legitimate production, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also the security audits and the.
Here's the deal. Here, real quick, I got to throw this out there. They won't support it though. They don't have a choice. You make it interoperable on a chain that has censorship resistance, and they can't stop you. Just wanted to throw that out there. So,
and Richard stated that too. He definitely stated that. He also said that you wouldn't want to. So the argument for staying this whole Ethereum course would be the security audits would port over, so you don't have to screw around with something in that.
Because it's already, the security audit's already done in Solidity, so you don't have to rewrite the code. You can system state drop it as it exists. No, not when it comes to streaming, but I don't think I was fooling anyone anyway. So,
right on.
I mean, it would be nice to not have these high fees.
Yeah.
And suck off the economic energy of other chains, if there is some.
Absolutely.
Isn't it nice to be early in HEX? Just makes me happy every day.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
So
Aquila,
fun.
don't you? I just want to say this. Aquila, don't you? Don't you? Be honest. Tell the truth. So
how about that pump today, guys?
Dude, I'm excited. You know, we're back up to the new local high of 1.2 cents. So since we're at that point, I think we can definitely talk about price. I love Big Pep's streams. I love Big Pep streams. I love his interaction with the people in the chat. I love his way of thinking. I love the angle that he comes at it with. And I think he's right. He's being conservative with the 10-cent HEX price before end of 2021. I think there's an opportunity for much greater returns than that, especially if we come out on a new system. But in the meantime, does 10 cent HEX excite anyone as much as it does me? I mean, there's a reason I don't have my camera below the waist right now. So.
I did those calculations today, and I scared myself into a
talk to me when it's $1.
Banging sound.
I mean, again, free money. I'm just here for the community and the tech. I'm here for the tech.
I'm here for the tech. F your gains. F your gains. I'm here for the tech.
That's silly.
It's funny. Yesterday, I was thinking like, damn, I cannot be more bullish about HEX. Like that's just like I'm so excited. It's going. It's going so great. And then the stream happened. Like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like new levels of hype.
New levels
of being discovered.
Enough with the 10-cent FUD from Freddie Quote. $1 or bust. Well, it looks like Freddie's on your team there, barely. So that's good.
Oh, yeah. $1.
That's good. Dude, $1 HEX is just it's life-changing wealth for so many Hexicans. Tinkering Turtles are going to be happy with $1 HEX. So.
Oh yeah.
And all you little squids barely will be really happy.
Yeah.
I will buy the internet.
I will buy the internet.
Yeah.
I will tell Elon Musk to shine my shoe.
Yeah, right.
That's silly stuff. That's silly stuff. We're going to be printing billionaires, though. That is a given.
Yeah. I just want a copy of when this new forked coin comes out. I want a copy of some ETH. I want a copy of some synthetics because I think there is a derivatives market that I think they're at the forefront of, because they're pretty coin agnostic. The synthetics project is, but they're literally trying to create derivatives where you don't affect the underlying asset. And I think that's and I've heard Richard talk about it before, synthetics, and possibly looking into being able to do something with HEX on synthetics. And so, I think they're legit products, or that is a legit product anyway, because obviously a lot of stuff that's on ETH isn't. And I just want a copy of some of this stuff. I want some free bags, man. Richard, I would really love some free bags. I'll continue working on your products all day long. I promise you that.
Please,
so I'll make it my full-time job. Yeah.
By the way, product.
More free money, please.
Yeah, throw free money at me. Doesn't cost you anything out of your pocket, and then you've got a slave for life to work on your products. So,
and just for bonus, he's a leprechaun. So.
That's right.
You just have a leprechaun running around, jumping, and like, give me free money.
Free money!
Bags,
I need to put it in my pot of gold. Yeah.
Give me your Lucky Charms.
Yes, that's right.
What's this purple horseshoe you got here?
Always after me, Lucky Charms.
That's pretty good.
I will clip that.
Looks like 54 minutes. Yep.
KNTX very in contact with Richard in regards to the merge, like HEX merge.
Well, I have I have reached out to him. I haven't heard anything back from him.
Okay.
Because I just reached out to him just to see if there's any way I could get him samples. Even if I have to create even if I have to be the one to set up a PO box in Florida somewhere for him, and his parents go pick it up and mail it to him, I don't really care. That's not a big deal to me. But I'd like him to look at the sample. I'd like him to feel the quality, because I love the shirts that he wears, but I guarantee they're shit compared to what we're creating right now. So I guarantee that.
Did you just consider doing a dead drop for shirt samples for Richard Clark?
Yes.
Yeah.
That way I don't mess with his OPSEC, his operational security.
This is a drug deal, right?
If
Absolutely.
he's going to this meeting with Lex Friedman, whatever his name is, then just get some couriered there.
There you go.
Send those shirts to Lex.
That's right. Hey Lex, here's a couple shirts. Oh, by the way, give some of these to Richard too.
Triple XL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Size and everything.
You were listening. Look at you, Peter.
I love it. I love it. So when HEX hits $1, that'll be a lot of people with FU money. Who will be the first person you tell FU to? I can't decide which X I want to call first.
Oh boy.
You know that scene of Mr. Bean where he sits in a car and he sits just on the street like.
Yeah.
When he was in America, right?
I'll just tell everyone to fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because why not?
So
fuck of anyone. I'm a nice guy.
There you go.
I mean, I'll just be relaxing on like a desert island. I won't be worrying myself.
No one to say fuck you to. That's sad, man.
I'm just inviting new people.
Come on, you need some people.
Well,
I'll pay someone to come.
We're hoping to go. There you go. You're gonna pay a monkey butler to tell him to F off? Is that what you're gonna do? That's really
F off, monkey butler.
No. The monkey butler stays. No.
So we're hoping to go to print by end of the week and get them shipped over right away, so we can start fulfilling. So we'll get everything set up. We ran into an issue with the designer not getting anything to us in a reasonable amount of time. So we had to go to a new guy, and we told that guy to F off. So essentially we told him, well, we're not going to use his designs anyway. And he made me miss my first run of print. So not exactly happy with the guy. So we went a different route, and we had to revamp the logos, completely revamp. So these guys here have seen 2 of them that we've revamped, but I'm not releasing those designs to people yet until we have something ready to ship. So get you guys all excited and hyped about it at that point in time.
I already got a tattoo of it.
Good for you, man.
Too late. We're gonna change it. Oh, and by the way, our NFT site, our shit NFT site is coming up soon. Markable and I are exchanging NFTs already. Yep, and Crafty is going to be running the website, even though he doesn't know about this yet. Mr. Raising, his unibrow is raising up. He doesn't know.
This is how he's going to become a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how you're going to become a dolphin.
I'm not eligible. I need to become a dolphin first. Yeah.
Oh, it should be
this is how you get to it.
This is the way to become a dolphin. You can do it. We'll coach you.
We believe in you.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway.
I appreciate you guys joining me today. I there's 100 different things. I'm gonna rewatch everything from Richard today. I'm gonna rewatch that whole episode last night. Oh! We got someone who's late to the party. He wants to be here for the last 1 minute of the show.
What's up?
See?
Missed completely the timing.
Yeah, right.
Daylight saving time. I was also missing out.
That's the
Daylight
point. Yeah,
saving
true.
time.
Yeah, they flashed all the Europeans. They
The
didn't
last
want
30
us there.
seconds are all you. And go.
Yeah, I think we had some great news last night in Richard Hart's stream, so I'm really looking forward to the discussion you had. I will watch it in reverse, and maybe we will have a little discussion in the green room. So forking ETH and wrapped T-shares, man, I think it will be one hell of a year in the next 2 years, I think.
Oh, you betcha. We're gonna be rich, guys. We're gonna be rich.
and also, Richard Hart said, like, Grayscale, if you're gonna do something like hurry the F up, or someone else is going to do it, right? That's
exactly
also
right. That's exactly right. Well, appreciate everyone for joining us today, and until Thursday, we will see you guys later.
Outro.